Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today we are in day 3 of the 5-star buff booster raid tournament with no yellows. I'm going to feature my 5 raid flags with commentary. If you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. And I've been doing a featured hero every day of these raid tournaments. It's a different hero every day throughout the week. Today's featured hero is going to be Nautica. Nautica only affects 3 allies, but Nautica is an extremely good healer. Heals for 45% health of all allies. Increases the mana of nearby allies by 33%. Nearby allies get a plus 40% mana generation for 4 turns, and the caster and nearby allies get plus 50% critical chance for 4 turns. So the increased mana generation will affect just the nearby allies, so those 2, and then the caster and nearby allies, so Nautica plus those same 2 will get an additional buff with the plus 50% critical chance. Nautica also has the repair core, where they are going to boost health up to 25% on top of the regular heal. One of my favorite healers and a great way to speed up slow speed heroes on the sides of Nautica. All right, today's first battle is going to be up against a Glass Sartana tank team. They've also got another Glass Sartana, 2 Glass Richards, and then also a Glass Aslar. So I definitely do not want to bring any counterattack heroes since they've got all Glass heroes that will bypass that buff. Let's bring in probably a couple yellows and maybe another blue or 2. Let's see who I've got for those. And I've been using this filter thing over here so frequently lately because it is just a great way to filter out through the rest of your heroes that you want to get rid of. All right, let's take a look at Ice and Holy. And why are my Holy heroes not coming up? Just Ice heroes. Oh, because we can't use Holy heroes. That was stupid of me. All right, well, let's take a look at who I can add for Ice heroes. I'm probably going to bring in Richard, and then definitely Fergus, because they have all Glass heroes who will not be able to resist the instant mana reduction. They will be able to possibly reflect the negative mana element. So let's get Fergus with that, and then I also want to probably bring in another buff hero, maybe Thalassa as another healer. No, I'll bring in a different healer for a different color. Let's bring in Hogni. Hogni is an extremely hard hitter. And then let's bring in a couple maybe greens or reds. Actually, probably greens since they've got the Richards at the flank. I can bring in Peregrine and Spartoy. Actually, Spartoy does the Fiends, so that would be very useful. Let's bring in Spartoy and then probably Peregrine. Yeah, Peregrine adds another buff, so let's add him in there. All right, let's go into battle with this here. All right, not terrible to start here. Not a lot of options for cascading. I think I'm going to start off with the 3 blues up top. Horizontally. Yeah, let's do that. I don't feel good about this match already, but we might be able to overcome it. Okay. I'm going to next match these 3 purples on the right so we can match some more blues next turn. All right, so we've got a little bit of a cascade here with these blues and greens. Give me something else. Yellows that I don't need, but at least we're getting new tiles. We did get some more greens. Awesome. Now let's match these 3 greens right up the middle. Give me another green. Nope. I am without a lot of great options here. I don't want to set off the Richards if I can avoid it. Having Sartana continue to go off isn't like detrimental to me, not like if Aslar or if the Richards go off. All right, now we can match some tiles to move up that green. I could match the reds and yellows, but it's going to be one spot short of being able to match the greens together. So let's match the 3 reds vertically so that I can match the greens next turn. We did get some more greens underneath. Awesome. Alright, let's match the 3 greens horizontally. We did get some more greens, and kill Nautica. I mean, kill Sartana, not Nautica. Alright, so we did get all of our specials except Fergus, but I'll be able to get Fergus in a moment as soon as I use Nautica. Let's attack the 3 on the right. Aslar is more of a threat than the other Sartana. Let's use Peregrine, or rather, let's use Hogni first. And then let's use Nautica to heal and to get Fergus's special going. Let's use him to reduce the mana of everybody. And then let's use Spartoy and Peregrine on the right-hand side over here. I should have used Peregrine first before Spartoy. That was stupid, because Peregrine gives a buff, which would have made Spartoy's attack higher, but you live and you learn. Alright, next, I am going to ghost some tiles up the middle. Let's move up this 1 purple tile so that I can, or rather move up the 1 blue tile so I can match the 3 blues next turn. And we've got some greens, nice. We might be able to kill this Richard with the 3 blues though. And we were able to, awesome. Aslar is probably hanging on by a thread with that fiend over there. He's only got 125 health left. Let's attack the 2 on the left. Nice. Now, let's match this yellow diamond. That's going to make it so that I can match 3 greens next turn. Aslar's dead. Alright, I'm officially feeling better about this match now. I think I'm just going to ghost some tiles over on the right, and then I'll match the greens next turn. Perfect. Just going to ghost tiles over here on the right now. Let that Mega Minion kill off Sartana. Awesome, and we are 1 for 1. Next up, we are going to go up against a Mortich tank team. They have an all-purple mono team with mostly glass heroes. They've got glass Obicon, glass Domitia, 2 glass Sartanas, and then that Mortich. So, I am probably going to keep the same team here. Yeah. We have a massive green diamond here, or a couple options of green diamonds, rather. Let's match it with the blues. And now I need 4 more green tiles for Peregrine, but only 2 more for Spartoy. So I am not going to hit the green diamond yet. Let's match these greens and purples on the right over here. Let's use Spartoy to get a mega, or rather a regular fiend on everybody. Looks like Sartana on the left dodged it with her ether power. Now, let's do a little bit of tile dumping with these reds and purples here. Give me another green. Actually, we got another blue. That'll help me match a blue dragon. Let's do that. And then this blue dragon will give me the 1 green tile that I need to get Peregrine. Although Nautica has Moth Dust for 1 more turn with that minus 30% mana generation. That's so annoying. Let's do a little tile dumping and hit this purple diamond. And set off the green diamond. We should be able to kill Mortich before they go off again, though. Please don't kill Nautica. Alright, Hogni's dead. Let's use Spartoy first. And then I'm going to attack the 2 on the right with Peregrine. Let's hit this blue dragon, or rather, you know what? Let's match some tiles up against Obicon so we can kill him before he goes off. Perfect. Don't kill Nautica, please. Awesome. Alright, let's heal with Nautica, and then I am going to use Fergus to get the Mega Minion. That heal from Nautica is like so insane. I don't use Nautica as frequently as I used to because I go up against a lot of Bernadette tank teams, but she is extremely useful. All right, now let's match these yellows and reds here in the middle. Now I'm going to match these greens and yellows. That's also going to set off that cascade of blues. We should be able to kill Demetria between the two. And we were able to. In large part because of the buffs that Nautica gave. That tile damage was like 650 per tile. And I've only got 3 blues. Only 2 of them alive. Alright, let's use Fergus first and then Nautica. I am going to hit this green dragon. That might give me Spark Toy. Might be 1 tile short. Actually, did give me one. So this should be able to kill Sarkana. Awesome. We are 2 for 2. Next up, we are going to go up against a Modrith tank team. So Modrith adds the counterattack for her and nearby allies. So I would like to bring in a Dispeller. I'm going to bring in probably Blossom. That will give me a second healing option as well. And then do I want to bring in another Dispeller? I've got Kolya, who has one of those mega minions that safely cleanses, but he also dispels 1 buff at the beginning of his special. And she gives like 3 or 4 buffs. Wow. She's actually really useful. I wish I had Modrith. Let's bring in another blue, actually. Go heavy on the blue with a 4 stack. Let's bring in Richard. Actually, let's bring in his glass version so that we can bypass that. And do I want to bring in another glass version? Actually, do I have glass Magni? I do, but not limit broken. I only have his tune version. That's unfortunate. I should work on that. All right, let's go into battle with this. I'm feeling pretty confident with it anyway. All right, lots of greens that we don't have. Awesome. Let's match this green diamond so I can do a little bit of tile dumping. And we are going to do that right now. That's also going to make it so I can match 4 blues together. Actually, a blue diamond. Awesome. Even better. And let's put all 5 blue tiles up against Modrith. See if that kills her or close to it. It didn't, but the blue diamond going off did. And we got a massive cascade of reds also. That was awesome. So let's use Blossom first to get rid of their buffs. And then we've got an interesting scenario here because Nautica gives 2 buffs to Hogni, but he'll miss out on the instant mana that Nautica gives. So I am going to use Fergus first, since he doesn't do any actual damage, just with his Mega Minion. And then I am going to use Nautica first and get that extra 2 buffs for Hogni before we use his special over on the left. They've got the Reviver, so I want to get rid of her. That really didn't do a lot of damage. And then let's use the main part of Richard on Sable. That did a lot of damage. Cool. Now, let's match these 3 blues on the bottom right. I am going to match these 3 reds with the dragon. That's going to set off a cascade of purples on the left also. And a nice cascade of blues. Flip is dead. Don't set off Thrivaldi. Okay, he's dead with the Mega Minion. Perfect. Now, we got to kill Sable before she goes up. Cool. Now we've just got Alyssa left. We might be able to kill her with Hogni or close to it. Give me a blue tile somewhere. Alright, that'll work. This should give me Ogni and Richard so we can finish off Alyssa. Alright, we are 3 for 3 today. Next up, we are going to go up against an Atlantia tank team. So I want a cleanser this time because she gives that corrosive frost. And the mana that she steals. And then also, Domi Ventus has a couple ailments that he gives. So does Medea. All right, let's bring in a cleanser. I've got Ignacio that I can put in. And put him in. And then I think I'm going to bring in another red. Who did they have? Do they have any attackers? Atlantia, Medea. Pretty much everybody except Atlantia, actually. So I could bring in Naeem to get some extra buffs. Let's bring him in. And then I'm going to bring back in Richard over on the wing there. Or rather, Richard's on the right. Yeah. I really should put in some greens here. Since I have a green tank. And the red is on the wing. Let's mix things up here, actually. I'm going to bring in Kolya. Because he has that Mega Minion that safely cleanses. Let's put him right here in the middle. And then let's bring in Spartoy to get some Fiends. And then I'm going to bring in probably Peregrine, maybe? Yeah. All right. Let's go into battle with this. I am going to bring in the Toon version of Richard. Yeah, I don't need the glass version. They don't have any defensive buffs that they've got, or any counterattack really. And at least he'll do extra damage to red if I want to attack the 3 on the left. All right, let's go into battle with this. I am going to start off with the 3 yellows up the middle. Yeah. Okay, we did get a couple blues and greens. That was nice. Now, I'm going to match the 3 reds on the top right. That's going to set off 2 cascades of blues and greens. I could just match the greens up the middle, but I like to tile dump as much as possible to get new tiles on the board. Now, let's match the greens and yellows over the way on the left. I'm considering matching the red diamond. Yeah, it's gonna set off Medea. I really need to get Kolya's Mega Minion, the full Mega Minion with the safely cleansing going before Medea goes off, and Atlantia is about to go off right now. Let's match the 3 purples on the top right. Now I'm going to match the 3 reds up against Elkinen. Give me a green somewhere. Come on. Okay. At least we can match the 3 purples horizontally now. And then match the greens after that. We definitely need to heal at some point too. I am considering matching the blues first, although Medea's going to go off the next turn. So I really need Kolya's Mega Minion. Let's get him in. And we might be able to do some damage here. Let's use Spark Toy first since he attacks all. And then I'm going to attack the 2 on the left with Peregrine. And then... I am going to match the 3 blues on the right. Yes. Nautica's probably going to be dead after this turn, unfortunately. And I don't have the Mega Minion anymore from Kolya because of the hard hit. Alright, well... really need to heal. I'm going to match the 3 reds horizontally in the bottom. If I get a blue in one of those 2 spots on the left or middle, and we did. Awesome. That's going to give me Nautica. Hopefully Nautica is still alive after Elkinen and Domitia go off. Not looking good. Alright. Don't kill Richard too, please. Thank you. Alright, let's attack the 2 on the left. Main part going to go to Medea. I'm hoping the small part killed Domiventus. No, it did not. Alright. Now, let's match these 3 greens. Kolya is going to die anyway from the fire burn damage. Actually, I'm going to try to stay away from the right-hand side. Medea and Domiventus are almost dead anyway, so if I can kill them before their specials go off, then we might be in okay shape. Let's match these greens now. Don't revive a bunch of times, Medea, please. Man. Let's match these purples and yellows. Please do not revive again. Thank you. Domiventus is dead too. Awesome. Okay. Now, let's ghost these red tiles and set up that cascade of greens. That's going to give me Peregrine and Spark Toy. Hopefully Spark Toy's still alive, and he is. Great. We might end up being okay. And we've got a blue diamond. We should be able to finish off Elkinen and Domitia here. Awesome. I honestly was not too sure about that battle, but we ended up pulling out a win there. Very happy with that. Last battle today, we're going to go up against a Diachan tank team. They've also got Beowulf, Leone, Rajesh, and then also Lennart. So they've got a bunch of those 9 lives cats, whatever that family is called. All right. I am definitely going to bring in Galapago because he removes minions. I like using him and Spark Toy together because I remove the minions and then put Fiends on right after. So let's take out Kolya and Peregrine. Let's bring in Galapago. And then who do I want for my 5th hero? I might bring in another green with Peregrine. Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's go into battle here. I'm going to start off with the 3 blues all the way on the left. That's going to set off a little cascade of greens right away. Now I'm going to match the 3 greens on the bottom right before they get separated. Whenever I've got a tile I want in the corners, I try to use that up when I can before stuff gets moved around. Now, let's match the 3 purples horizontally in the bottom. That's going to allow me to match 4 blues next turn. Actually, let's match the 3 blues on the bottom right first. All right, now let's match those 4 blues. That's going to give me both Nautica and Richard. And Nautica is going to make it so I can use both Spartoy and Peregrine. I should have put Galapagos in Peregrine's spot, though. That was a mistake on my end. All right, let's use Nautica first. And then... do I want to wait to use Peregrine and Spartoy so that I can remove the minions first? I think I do. Yeah, let's match these 3 reds up against Diachan so that I can use that yellow dragon on the greens there, which will give me Galapagos. And I'm actually gonna move the yellow dragon over 1 because I only need 1 more green tile for Galapagos. This will allow me to save that other green if I ever need it. Plus, Diachan's about to heal anyway. All right, now let's use everybody's specials. We've got Galapagos first to remove the minions, of course. And then... and it's going to obviously not remove from Diachan, but it will remove it from the others. Just kidding. It did not remove minions from Leone and Rajesh. They must have some sort of passive that prevents that. I don't really go up against those Wildcats too much, so I didn't realize that was going to happen. Anyway. I am going to use Richard on the right over here. You know what? Let's use the main part on Beowulf. I'm not going to really be able to do too much damage to Diachan at this point right now anyway. And we might be able to kill Beowulf with that main part of Richard. We did, but he revived. Cool. Now let's use Peregrine on the left over here. I'm pretty much going to work the outside in. Now, let's match these 3 greens up against Leone. And we just need to hit Beowulf with 1 tile. Hopefully he does not continue to revive. Thank you. Now, we pretty much need to plan on not healing the rest of the battle except for Richard's superior masterclass talents that he has with the 10% heal when he gets hit. Nautica's dead. I'm going to ghost these purple tiles on the right. Diachan's going to go off anyway, so let's match these reds and purples in the middle here. Give me some blues and greens, thank you. I think I'm going to hit this red diamond, do a little bit of tile dumping. Yeah. Let's match these 4 blues in the middle here. I'm going to match the 3 greens on the bottom. This is going to give me all 3 of my green specials. I thought about putting them up against the blue on the left, but I wasn't positive it would kill them, and I didn't want their special going off. And them hitting me. See, it removed the minions that time. There must have been some sort of buff or something going on, which prevented the minions from getting removed last time. Alright, the Wildcat is reviving. Awesome. I'm going to match the 3 blues ghosted on the right, because I'd like to not set off Leone too early. Let's see if we can kill Rajesh. They're going to revive. Cool. I'm going to hit the blue dragon. That's going to set off that cascade of blues on the next to it and maybe kill Diachan. Awesome. Now, let's match the 3 greens up against Leone. They're going to revive. Man, so much reviving going on. Let's match this purple diamond so I can do a little bit of tile dumping maybe. And let's hit that purple diamond now. Timer is definitely getting low. Please don't kill anybody. Let's ghost these green tiles. This should give me all 3 of my green specials. Perfect. Everybody stay alive. All right, Leone is dead. The other 2 are both reviving again. Cool, let's hold on to Peregrine. Let's see if we can kill these 2 over here. All right, Rajesh is dead. The other one's reviving again. Die, please. Awesome. All right. Wasn't sure about that match, but we ended up coming out with the win there again. Going 5-0 today. We are 14-1 on the week, with the only loss, that little snafu I had on the very first match of Monday, day 1, where I had just 2 Diachans and no other heroes at all. So we are 14-1 with that. And on defense, we've got an E rating with just 1 win on defense. Not looking good there. And Nautica definitely made an impact while they were still alive. Obviously, the heal is super strong, and the buffs they give to the nearby allies is extremely useful. Definitely made an impact with that tile damage. Let me know how your 5-star buff booster raid tournament is going this week, and that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.